Okay guys, this is Wendy and Colt is the one in the video, and he's working with a 5-year-old Molly mule. And what we're doing today is what some people refer to as sacking out. Now, when you're sacking out a horse or desensitizing a horse, the goal is not to make them not afraid of the object you're using. The goal is to help them understand what they're supposed to do when they're scared. And the appropriate response when a horse is scared is to not move its feet, which goes against everything inside of its brain and its nature, because the first thing they want to do when they're afraid is to take off and bolt. So what we do today is actually work on making the right decision. So what will happen is Colt will introduce the bag, and as he introduces the bag, when she makes the right decision to not move, she's running, she's running, she's running, she's running, she's running. When she stops, he'll retreat the bag. So ultimately what we're trying to do is not desensitize her just to the bag. It is to teach her the appropriate response to the bag. She immediately didn't move. You took the bag away. Now, see how she got inquisitive with it? He can almost retreat the bag and let her come after it in a scenario like that. Good. Colt, if she leans into you and goes for it, you know what I'm saying? You act like you back away with it. Does that make sense? That'll build up her courage. If she wants to chase the bag, let her chase the bag. Other things people need to realize is when you're working with an equine, they have a blind spot right under their nose. So what happens is, as you take the flag or bag or whatever you're working with, from their left eye to their right eye, or from their right eye to the left eye, if you come under their nose with them, you may have noticed sometimes they'll strike out at it with a foot. And what happens is, it literally came out of nowhere for them. Stay with her, 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 stay with her. Now if you notice, Colt isn't increasing the pressure, he's keeping steady pressure, and as soon as she stops, he retreats it. Some people try to add more pressure, some people end up taking less pressure. Your timing with this is absolutely critical. It's when they think about moving but don't that you retreat that bag away. Good. Good. Again, guys, this is not about desensitizer to a bag, because out on a trail, you're not going to have a bag on a stick. You might have a cup, styrofoam cup, laying on the ground. You might have a plastic bag that's blown out of a car rolling down the side of the road. Just depends on where you ride. So it's to teach them the appropriate response. And the appropriate response is to not move. Now, did you notice she bolted right there? It's because it went above her ears, which is really hard for horses to deal with. It was above her head. Anytime you start getting above their head, it's like a predator coming down out of a tree on them. Put the pressure back on her, Colt. She's moving. Put the pressure back on her. Put the pressure back on her. And guys, just because they do something like she just did there, where the flag was away and she took off running, she may have been, they're almost like they test different scenarios to see if they've got the right answer. So don't get mad at them because they do something like that. It's not that their training is coming backwards. What they're actually doing is systematically checking which step got them the result they wanted. Good. She thought about moving and then didn't. If you notice, Colt is working both sides of her. Stay with her, Colt. Stay with her. You want the same distance. You don't want your distance to change. You don't want the speed to change. You stay right with them. Good. Good. Now be aware, you see how that ear cocks sideways and the head cocks sideways? Sometimes they'll strike out of the bag when they do that. So just be aware of their body language. And don't necessarily put yourself in a position to where if they strike out, they get you. And we'll continue to work that until we can actually touch her with it. Good. Good. All right, Colt, let's stop right there. All right, guys, this is Wendy and Colt with Blue Moon Riders. Ride safe.